Well, the family of a man shot and killed outside of Palmetto Elementary School says they are devastated after her murder.
The family tells us that the suspected shooter and the victim had dated for 2 years and even had a son together. Let's get out to Fox 5's Angelique Proctor on top of this story for us. All new at 5 tonight. Angelique?
Yes, good evening to you both. Eboni Anderson's family tells me they are really lost for words. They told me today that she was actually DoorDashing yesterday when she was shot and killed. They also say it was her boyfriend who pulled the trigger.
It's been really tough. Trying to hold it together. My wife, she's taking it hard. It's a sad situation.
Eboni Anderson's stepfather says he is still trying to put all of the pieces together on how his 34-year-old stepdaughter was shot and killed in front of Palmetto Elementary School while DoorDashing with her boyfriend, Christopher Aites. Fulton County Police say the mother was heading back to her car when Aites, with the couple's 17-month-old son in the vehicle, opened fire.
And at that time, she was, we believe, DoorDashing or Uber Eats, and when this happened, so no kids there of hers attended that school. So the only thing I can think of, teachers want to eat outside of the cafeteria food.
Tell us a little bit about Eboni.
A loving, caring mother, sister. Very quiet, as far as she was bubbly, but quiet and nice.
Eboni had twin sons who were 8 years old and the son with Aites. The family says Aites had served time in prison, was homeless, and in their opinion was really bringing Eboni down. Her stepfather says, unfortunately, he could see an ending like this coming. This Christopher Aites, this was her boyfriend.
Yes.
Was the family not supportive of the relationship?
No, but it was something that she chose in life to be with, and this is the results.
And what tragic results. She leaves behind 3 young sons, twins who are 8 years old, and then the 17-month-old that she had with suspect Aites. That is the very latest. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Angelique, thanks.
A 17-month-old baby sits in the backseat of a car, engine running. Mommy just stepped out for a second. Then, gunshots. 8 of them. And the person pulling that trigger? His own father. Girl, make it make sense. This is the story of Eboni Anderson and how loving the wrong man cost her everything. In every home, behind every closed door, there's a story waiting to be uncovered. Welcome to Dark Whispers, where we dive deep into the hidden truths of domestic crime and the relationships that turn deadly. If you're drawn to real stories, powerful insights, and the shadows most people avoid, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and step into the whispers they never wanted you to hear. Eboni Anderson was 34 years old, a mother of 3 boys. She had 8-year-old twins, full of energy, running around, doing what 3rd graders do, and she had a 17-month-old baby. That's a lot. That's diapers and homework, and trying to keep the lights on and food in the fridge. So Eboni did what a lot of us do when we're trying to make ends meet. She worked gig jobs. DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever was available. It wasn't glamorous work, but it was honest work. And Eboni showed up. Every single day. Her stepfather would later describe her as a loving, caring mother. Bubbly, but quiet. That's the thing about Eboni. She wasn't loud. She wasn't out here causing drama or making a scene. She just handled her business and took care of her kids. That was her whole world. Those 3 boys. But then there was Christopher Aites. Christopher was the father of her youngest son. They'd been together for 2 years. 2 whole years. And let me tell you something. The family was not feeling this relationship. Not even a little bit. Christopher had a history. He'd done time, been locked up, came home, and couldn't seem to get his life together. At one point, the man was homeless, just out here with nothing, no stability, no foundation, nothing. And Eboni? She was trying to hold it all together, working, raising 3 kids, and dealing with a man who, in her family's eyes, was dragging her down. Her stepfather would say it plainly. Christopher was bringing Eboni down. The family didn't support the relationship. They saw what was happening. They saw the weight of it all on her shoulders. But here's the thing. Eboni was a grown woman. She made her own choices, and she chose to stay with Christopher. Maybe she thought she could help him. Maybe she loved him. Maybe she believed things would get better. We don't know. What we do know is that love doesn't always make sense, especially when you're dealing with someone who's unstable. The family could feel it, that tension, that unease. Her stepfather would admit later that he saw this coming. Not the exact moment, not the specific details, but the direction. He knew something bad was going to happen. When a man has nothing, no job, no home, no purpose, and the woman he's with starts moving forward without him, that's when things get dangerous. Because men like Christopher don't just let go. They can't. Their whole identity is wrapped up in control. And if they lose that control, if the woman they're with starts thriving, working, providing for herself and her kids without needing them, that eats at them. It festers. Eboni was doing just that. She was out here grinding, DoorDashing, making her own money, taking care of her 3 boys. And Christopher? He was watching her move forward, watching her build a life that didn't revolve around him. And he couldn't stand it. The family tried to warn her. They expressed their concerns. They told her Christopher wasn't good for her. But Eboni stayed. She had a baby with this man, a 17-month-old son who connected them forever. Walking away isn't simple when there's a child involved. There's co-parenting, there's visitation, there's the constant back and forth. You can't just disappear. But moving on? That's different. And Eboni was starting to do that. Not dramatically, not with some big announcement. She was just living her life, working, providing, being a mother. And that was enough to set Christopher off. Her stepfather's words would echo later. It was something that she chose in life to be with, and this is the results. It's a hard truth, not blame, just reality. Eboni made a choice. She stayed longer than maybe she should have. But leaving a man like Christopher, that's the most dangerous thing a woman can do. Because when a man like that feels like he's losing you, when he realizes he can't control you anymore, that's when the violence comes. And for Eboni Anderson, that violence came on a regular Tuesday afternoon, in a school parking lot, while she was just trying to deliver some food and make a few dollars. Her baby was in the back seat. Dark whispers. Eboni Anderson. It was a Tuesday afternoon, just another day. Eboni had an order to deliver. DoorDash, trying to make some money. She pulled into the parking lot of Palmetto Elementary School. Now, her kids didn't go to this school. She had no connection to this place. She was just delivering food. Maybe a teacher wanted something better than cafeteria lunch. That's it. That's all this was supposed to be. Christopher was with her. He was in the car. And so was their 17-month-old son, strapped in his car seat. Just a baby. Not even 2 years old yet. Eboni got out of the car. She walked toward the school to grab the order. That's when Christopher made his move. He got out too. And he had a gun. Fulton County Police would later confirm what happened next. As Eboni was heading back to her car, back to where her baby was waiting, Christopher opened fire. 8 shots. He didn't fire once and stop. He didn't shoot in the air as some kind of warning. He aimed at Eboni Anderson, the mother of his child, and he pulled that trigger 8 times. Their 17-month-old son was right there, in the back seat, watching his father murder his mother. Think about that for a second. A baby who can't even process what he's seeing, who doesn't understand why mommy fell down, why there's blood, why daddy's holding that loud thing. That child is going to grow up with a trauma he can't even remember but will carry forever. Eboni didn't have a chance. 8 bullets. She collapsed right there in that parking lot. And Christopher? He ran. Didn't check on his son. Didn't call for help. Didn't stay to face what he'd done. He just fled, like the coward he was. The scene was chaos. A school parking lot. Gunshots. A woman's body on the pavement. A baby crying in a car. Teachers and staff rushing out, trying to figure out what just happened. Someone called 911. Police and paramedics arrived within minutes. But it was too late for Eboni. She was gone. 34 years old. Mother of 3. Dead in a school parking lot while trying to make a living. Investigators immediately started piecing together what happened. Witnesses saw the whole thing. A man got out of the car. He shot the woman. Then he ran. The baby was still in the vehicle, unharmed physically but traumatized beyond measure. It didn't take long to identify Christopher Yates as the shooter. They'd been together. They had a child together. People knew who he was. And the fact that he ran, that told investigators everything they needed to know. Innocent people don't flee. Police put out an alert. Christopher Yates was armed and dangerous. He'd just committed murder in broad daylight in front of his own child. There was no telling what he might do next. Meanwhile, Eboni's family was getting the worst phone call of their lives. The kind of call that changes everything. The kind of news that doesn't feel real even when you're hearing it. Her stepfather would later say it's been really tough trying to hold it together. His wife, Eboni's mother, was taking it hard. Of course she was. How do you process that your daughter, your baby girl, was gunned down like that? How do you explain to her 8-year-old twins that their mother isn't coming home? How do you tell a 17-month-old baby that the person who killed his mommy was his own father?
30 minutes, Channel 2 Action News has learned the mother of 3 killed in front of an elementary school was delivering food when she was shot and killed. Some parents decided to keep their children home today. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live at the school in Palmetto. Taisha, counselors were there for the students who were at school.
Karen, friends of the victim told us she did not have any children attending this school, so it makes so much sense now that she was delivering food. Now, the shooting happened right in front of the school here. That's the front door. And a spokesperson for the district couldn't tell us how many students didn't come to school today, but he did say the school's alert system helped make the reaction to the shooting go smoothly.
And we didn't know, and probably about 12, 40 or something, she got an email that said, they was on a hard lockdown, but we still didn't know what had happened.
Margaret Smith has a grandson attending Palmetto Elementary, and the grandmother says she lives on the same street as the school. When her daughter got Tuesday's alert saying something happened here, they weren't sure what to think.
I didn't think a shooter was inside the school, but I didn't know what was going on.
Police told us the shooter, Christopher Yates, was outside the school. Friends told us Yates had a child with the victim, Eboni Anderson, who had a total of 3 children. A Fulton County School spokesperson says the school went on a hard lockdown moments after the shooting because of this alert system. A staff member heard the shots, hit this button that triggered the lockdown for the school and police, and then administrators were able to quickly coordinate police escorting students to another school where parents picked them up. This grandparent said her grandson wasn't traumatized by the shooting. Was it scary for you?
It was for a while, but really nothing really happened around here. He didn't think nothing of it.
Eboni Anderson's family told us they're speechless and they can't believe this happened to such a wonderful mother.
It makes no kind of sense, especially in a little town like this. It makes no kind of sense.
The family started a GoFundMe page to pay for Eboni Anderson's funeral arrangements. If you'd like to help, just go to our website and look for links mentioned on 2. We're live in Palmetto in South Fulton County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
Christopher didn't get far. Police tracked him down and arrested him in another county. He thought he could run and just disappear. But you can't murder someone in broad daylight and get away with it. Not anymore. Not with cameras everywhere. not with witnesses, not with a whole community demanding justice. He was taken into custody without incident. Of course he went quietly. Cowards always do once they're caught. It's easy to pull a trigger on an unarmed woman. It's easy to run when you know you're guilty. But facing the consequences? That's a different story. The charges came swift. Murder. And not just any murder. This was premeditated. This was rage. This was a man who couldn't stand the fact that Eboni was moving forward without him. A man who would rather see her dead than see her thrive. The legal process moved forward. Christopher 8 sat in a jail cell while Eboni's family planned her funeral, while her 3 boys tried to understand why their mother wasn't there anymore. While the community mourned a woman who was just trying to make it, there wasn't much of a defense to mount. The evidence was overwhelming. Witnesses saw it happen. The baby was in the car. Christopher fled the scene. This wasn't a case of he said, she said. This was clear. This was murder. Christopher 8 took everything from Eboni Anderson that day. He took her life. He took her future. He took her chance to watch her twins grow up. He took her chance to raise her baby. He stole all of that because his ego couldn't handle her independence. And now he'll spend the rest of his life in prison, where he belongs. Eboni Anderson left behind 3 sons, twin boys, 8 years old, who will have to grow up without their mother, and a 17-month-old baby who watched his father kill his mother and won't even remember it, but will carry that trauma anyway. Her family is devastated. Her stepfather's words ring out. It was something that she chose in life to be with, and this is the results. Not blame. Just the painful reality that sometimes love makes us stay in situations we shouldn't. Sometimes we ignore the warnings. Sometimes we believe things will get better. And sometimes we pay for that belief with our lives. This is the reality of domestic violence. It doesn't always look like bruises and black eyes. Sometimes it looks like a man who's homeless and struggling. Sometimes it looks like a relationship your family doesn't approve of. Sometimes it escalates slowly, so slowly you don't even realize you're in danger until it's too late. Eboni was just trying to work, just trying to provide, just trying to be a mother. And Christopher 8 couldn't let her do that in peace. Rest in peace, Eboni Anderson. Your boys will remember you. Your family will remember you. And your story will be a reminder that leaving is the most dangerous time, and that controlling men will destroy what they can't control.